Hi, and welcome to Wednesday's mini pick-a-card reading. So every Wednesday I post a mini pick-a-card reading, which basically means that the cards are smaller and the actual messages don't take so long, okay? This week we are doing the question, how can I improve this situation, okay? This can apply to any situation, okay? I do have some heart-shaped cards underneath here, so I will be giving you guys advice on romance, but you can apply this to any situation you want, okay? And if you have multiple situations that you want answers about, go ahead and pick multiple piles, okay? There's no rules for the pick-a-piles, okay? So anyway, Gabriella Lomelli had read my mind and requested this within the past 24 hours. And I was like, okay, let's do it. Okay. So we're doing her request and also what I was planning to do anyway. Alrighty, so let me name the piles. I know that they're numbered, but I'm doing this for those who don't recognize these characters for numbers, okay? This is pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, pile number 4, pile number 5, pile number 6, number 7, number 8, and number 9. All right, guys, while you guys are picking, I do want to remind you guys that anything you need to know about me is going to be in that description, okay? That's a link to my website. That's going to be links to, I actually have a Facebook, ways you can contact me. Of course, you know, I do offer private readings if you want an in-depth reading. And that's about all I can think about. Let's go ahead and start these readings. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and move a few of these out of the way here, just so we can get some space. All right. Okay, number 1. Woo! Your cards can't wait to be read. All right, so we have the Ace of Wands, the Emperor, and we have the Eight of Cups. So we also have forgiveness, okay? Stop focusing your energy on past events. Life's too precious to waste. You create your reality by what you think, dream, and imagine. Okay, so here's the deal. What in this particular situation, you need to bring more passion and creativity into this, okay? And I feel like it's more because we've got an ace here, which lets me know that this is bringing new stuff in, okay? So either you're not bringing it or you need to bring more, okay? We also have the Emperor. Remember that you have to be a little bit disciplined in order to get what you want. Understand that you've got to set small goals and reach to accomplish those goals. If there's any tasks that you're doing right now that you don't have to do, you can delegate that to other people if that applies to your situation, okay? And also, you're going to need to move away from some kind of emotional toxicity. The emotional toxicity is holding you back. So either move away from it or start healing it if you've already moved away from it, okay? In your relationship, you know, this could be with anybody in your situation, or this could be a romantic relationship. There is a call to forgive, and I do want to mention, in addition to the message here, that forgiveness is also about recognizing that other people are human, okay? Nobody wants to mess up. At least most people don't, okay? And when we do mess up, it's because we make mistakes and we're not infallible, right? And forgiving is more about recognizing that the person wants to, like, sincerely wants to be better than that, rather than holding on to the fact that they messed up. Okay, I understand some people can do some really horrible things, okay? And I understand that in many cases forgiveness is extremely hard. So I don't want to sound like I'm dismissing any major situations or anything like that. I just know that the bottom line with forgiveness is about recognizing the humanity behind the action, okay? All right, guys. All right, pile number 2. What can you do to improve this situation? We have the Empress, we have the Ten of Cups, and we have the Seven of Cups. And we also have trust. Transformation occurs through acceptance. Once you accept the current situation, it will automatically transform. Okay, so I'm a little bit confused about why you guys even want to change anything, because what I'm getting is we've got abundance with the Empress. We've got like a very happy situation at home, okay, or a very a happy relationship, okay. This is kind of like the one, you know, that kind of thing. And then we have like a lot of, you know, somebody who has a whole lot of decisions. Maybe what's going on here is that those of you who pick this pile have abundance and have this great thing, but there's something bigger than that you guys want, or there's something bigger than that is pulling on your heart, you know, or pulling, you know, just you're driven to do, and you have to just trust that you're going to be able to do that. For example, just to give a concrete example, maybe you have a really great job and a really great house and you know, and all of that kind of stuff, but you've always wanted to, I don't know, go into cupcake making, okay? You want to make cupcakes and decorate them and own your own shop. And that's like a big risk, you know, considering that you've already got a really, really awesome job and you're making lots of money. This is telling you to trust that risk, okay? Trust that risk, because as long as you're doing what you love, you're going to be doing the right thing. For those of you who are asking about a love situation, your situation's fine. It's gonna get better. It's, you know, if it's not doing well, it's gonna get better. You can trust this person. This person is going to be there all the way. The only way this isn't gonna work is if you walked away from it yourself. Okay, guys? All right, pile number 3. We have the Moon, the Lovers, and the Tower. How interesting. And we have wait, don't rush it, allow nature to take its course. How interesting. So it's like what I'm getting here with you guys is that you have it all. You have what you desire in this situation, but what you desire is going to cause some kind of breakdown. It can cause something negative. You know, for example, I like to use concrete examples, and I'm not saying that you guys are in this situation. It's just a good example. For example, maybe you're in love with somebody who has a family, and in order for the two of you to be together, their family has to break up, and that would be horrible, you know, for those people involved, you know. The one thing that I'm getting here that's very clear to me is just that, you know, you've got 3 major arcana cards. This is a big deal, okay? So this is going to happen regardless, okay? You're going to get something positive out of this situation, okay? The bottom line is wait, though, because it's just not ready. We've got the moon. The moon comes in phases. It's just not yet the right time for this to come about. I feel like this tower moment can be avoided if you wait too. I feel like the tower is kind of like a warning that if you don't wait, then that's what's going to happen. There's going to be some kind of disaster. Now, I'm not saying, like, if you're asking about somebody who you care about, you're going to be together. And even if you go through this tower moment, this is going to still hold as true, right? But what I am getting is that you'd have to go through this too. And then we've got the moon here, and you know, yeah, that's about phases, that's about divine timing, you know, it can be, and all of that, but I also feel like there might be something hidden from you right now that actually is a solution to your problem that just hasn't manifested yet. I would give it about 2 weeks, and see how it goes at that point, okay? So yeah, this feels good actually, which is interesting, because even though we have the tower, this feels good to me. And again, we've got 3 major arcana cards, so this is a big deal in your life. This is gonna, I mean, this is one of those life-changing situations. So you know, I personally believe that proceeding with caution, especially if you're making a big life-changing decision, is probably a good idea. Okay, so just, you know, kind of keep this in mind. Do what you like, but know that don't rush it, basically. All right, those of you who picked number 4, we have manifesting miracles. Your dream is soon to become reality. Trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. Wow, so you guys are probably doing pretty well in this situation to begin with. Let's look at your cards. We've got strength, the King of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, so you might be asking about a job. If you are, okay, if you are asking about a job or financial situations, it's going to improve dramatically, okay? This is huge, you know, as far as improvement, okay? You might be asking about a relationship. If you are, we have a king and a queen. They're of the same suit. I see this as a matching pair, so you guys will be fine, okay? Manifesting miracles, this is pretty much a wish fulfillment card. This is telling you that you are making progress, okay? And just stick with it. One thing that I can say about this, though, is make sure that you have some, like, tangible, like, concrete goals to meet as you're manifesting. For example, let's pretend like I want a cute guy to notice me, right? I might say, okay, I want this guy to ask me out, but that's a pretty big goal. So I'm gonna say, well, first I want to make him laugh. So my first goal is to try to figure out how I can make him laugh. Like, what's his kind of sense of humor? What can I say that might make him laugh? You know, that kind of thing. And then second, you know, it's like, I want to have a conversation with him about my cat, you know? I mean, that's so funny. It's funny because, like, to me, that's, like, so important and serious, and I know that's not true for everybody, but, yeah, I mean, I might want to talk about my cat, you know? But the bottom line here is that instead of thinking about the end goal being the date, I'm thinking about the end goal being he likes me, you know, and therefore he does want to ask me on a date, that kind of thing. So I feel like that's going to apply to some of you guys. So I just wanted to mention that. But yeah, if you're asking about a person, you and your person are fine. You guys understand one another. Yeah, you guys are fine. And it is going to manifest because, I mean, you've got two earth. You've got the pentacles. They represent Earth. They're gonna manifest physically. Okay, so you've got this. This is fine. Okay, how can you guys improve the situation? Number 5s. Okay, look inside of yourself. Examine what is causing you to feel this way. I feel like you guys might be getting some red flags because we have this betrayal card. Now, it's not always a betrayal, okay? I do want to mention that, but for you guys, let's go ahead and look at. We've also got the Page of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, this is very slow moving, but this is very. I mean, this is real, okay? That's what they're telling me to say exactly, is that this is real. What I get from this can be vulnerability. Like, you're feeling vulnerable, you know, and try to figure out, why do you feel this way, okay? What were other areas where you felt vulnerable, where you felt like you were completely exposed and you just really didn't like that feeling, and work on healing that, because when you heal that, then when you feel vulnerable every time in the future, you'll have more insight as to why you're experiencing this and what's triggering it and what's causing you to feel that way. To some people, this is going to be a betrayal, and the look inside of yourself is just you're getting some red flags. You're feeling like, oh, something's wrong in this situation. You know, that's what that means. Okay, so for those of you who pick this pile, who kind of feel a little like a little on the fence about something or someone or you know, some kind of situation, someone's not being true to you or loyal to you, okay, in this situation. However, there is somebody else that's being extremely loyal to you, okay? So it's kind of a mixed message. I feel like there's two people. One of them's not loyal and one of them is. The Knight of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles, they're both about manifesting in reality. We've got Earth, we've got the Pentacles, you know, which represents the element Earth. So we've got, you know, you're moving slowly towards your goal. The way that you can improve the situation is to really kind of take a step back and, you know, kind of reevaluate how you're feeling, and then cut out the people that aren't serving you, okay? And the person that's not serving you might not have anything to do with the situation you're asking about, but the way that kind of emotional residue can affect us, you know, sometimes something in a completely different area can affect us in another area, and we don't even realize it, okay? I feel also led to say, for those of you who like might have like a toxic family member, don't rule them out as a person, okay? Because sometimes we're used to a situation, you know. I had a toxic family member myself, and sometimes we get so used to that situation that we don't even realize how negative it is and how much it's affecting us. So I do feel like some of you guys might not know who it is, and it's because it's a family member that you're so used to that you don't even think to question it, you know, that kind of thing. All right, guys. Okay, number 6. How can you improve your situation? Well, the situation is improving. We've got healing. Imagine yourself and your beloved surrounded by light. Feel your relationship being healed this very moment. You know, that visualization really is important. One thing I used to do is I imagined inhaling plus signs and exhaling minus signs. Okay, I think it probably came from a guided meditation in the 90s, but the whole purpose of me mentioning it is that was what worked for me as far as inhaling, you know, positivity and letting go of all the negativity inside of me. And then I really like doing those meditations where I surround whatever it is that is concerning me with love and light, you know, and I just picture whatever light is that I want to surround somebody with. So for example, if it's a friendship, I might choose yellow. If it's somebody that I want to be, you know, have some more luck and that kind of thing, or somebody who needs to be healed or something like that, I might pick green. You know, it just depends on the situation. And if I can't pick, I just imagine, you know, really warm light, and that's it, you know. So anyway, how can you improve the situation? Understand that it's improving on its own. We've got the devil, so there's something about this situation that might not be aligned with your morals very well. I would say try to see if there's a way that you can get this situation to line with your morals, okay? Because if it's not aligning with your morals very well, then it's not going to sit well. It's not going to feel right, okay? We also have like this kind of clinging, you know, understand that you already have what you need. You're healing right now, and the Queen of Wands, she gets things done. She gets the things that she wants. I feel like the Queen of Wands of all of the I guess characters in the court cards, she's the one that gets what she wants and finds a way to be happy with it too, you know. So it's not just like, okay, the Queen and the King of Pentacles seem to be pretty abundant and good in that way, and there's positive aspects about every single one. But the Queen of Wands, it's like she's really in tune with what she wants, and she knows how to go about it. So take action to get what you want in this situation, because you'll be successful, you'll be happy in this situation, okay? And do understand that there is healing going on between you and another person, or just within yourself, there's healing going on. Try not to be as attached to outcomes. Try not to be as attached to maybe a person involved in the situation. And understand, you know, one thing about the devil, and I really like to mention this because it tends to make the devil, you know, a little bit more palatable, even though it's like, it's obvious to me, is that, you know, in the devil card, we have these people that are chained, you know. It looks like they're, you know, bound to have to serve the devil, or, you know, or to be his playthings, or whatever it is, right? Well, what we don't realize about the devil card is that, you know, the chains, they're really loose, and they're not actually locked up. All they have to do is remove the chains, and they can go. And that's the thing that I kind of like about the devil, is that this isn't a situation that you don't have control over. You do have control over this. It's whether or not you want to give in or not, right? Some people, you know, maybe it's all like, how can I improve the situation? And you just want something that might be a little bit morally questionable, I don't know. And this is letting you know, yeah, you're going to get that, you know. But I think for most people, this is about letting go of something that you feel kind of trapped in, or aligning the situation with your morals, okay? All right, guys. Hi, number 7s. How can you improve the situation? We have friendship. Nurture the bonds of friendship within your relationship, and your love life will dramatically improve. So those of you guys who are asking about love, work on that friendship, okay? We have an equal give and take. We have a little bit of boredom here, and then we have the Queen of Cups. Okay, so we have, these are all very relationship-oriented cards, okay? I feel that there's somebody who's much more receptive to you than you think. This person might be a little ways away. I'm only saying that because there's some water. I mean, I don't feel like that's true for most of you guys. I do feel like some of you guys might, it might be like a long distance or, or maybe an hour away, something like that. But the Queen of Cups, she's very intuitive, so you're going to need to use your intuition in this situation, okay? And she's very receptive. We have the Four of Cups, which lets me know that there might be a little bit of boredom here going on. There might be a little bit of... it could also be like being overwhelmed so much that it's like you can't even face it because it's just so big, understand that whatever motivates you, you've got to find that fire inside of yourself to get motivated to make this happen. Because I feel like some of you guys are kind of sitting on it, and it's like you know what you need to do, but for some reason you're not doing it. So I feel like for some of you guys, that you just need that fire to get it done. And I can't tell you what that fire is, because, I mean, this is a general reading. Obviously, I can't go into depth on every single general reading, but it just feels like there's something needs to happen, okay? And you're the one that can make that happen. And then we have this kind of equal give and take. Maybe there's somebody that could help you in this situation, okay? Keep that in mind. Or maybe there's somebody that you need to help out in order to maybe get some experience so that you can then work on your situation. In general, it's like, this is good, okay? You just got to make it happen. You just got to do something to make it happen, okay, guys? All right, pile number 8. How can you improve the situation? First off, bring balance. Love is not always about agreeing just for the sake of it. A great relationship is one that both supports and challenges. Okay, so bringing balance to your relationships is really important for you guys in order to make this happen. But you already are making it happen. I mean, you are in the act of manifesting this right now. So how you can improve the situation is know it's coming. I feel like this situation is something that has to do with interpersonal relationships with other people, that kind of thing. It might be a romance, and we also have wish fulfillment here. I mean, we've got everything lined perfectly. We've got the Magician who makes things happen. We have the Ace of Cups, which is like a new beginning, okay? And then we have the Nine of Cups, which is about wish fulfillment. And then we've got balance, make sure that you're balancing things out. I mean, this looks really positive. One thing about the Magician is that he's very conscious of what he's doing, okay? So for some of you guys, something that might be preventing the situation from happening could be that you're not aware of an aspect of the situation that I don't know how to put it without saying this word. I don't like to use the word should and shouldn't, but it's something that you should be aware of, because it's like, it's not something that's been hidden from you. It's not something that people aren't telling you or anything like that. It's something that but you're not focusing on it for some reason. There's some kind of, there's something, I feel like it's maybe fear-based inside of you. There's some kind of fear, or there's some kind of hesitancy inside of you that's related to probably some past trauma. I'm only saying that because that's where most of this kind of feeling comes from, or it might be related to like self-esteem issues, okay? But you can make this happen. You absolutely can, and it feels like it's gonna happen just fine, I feel like this is one of those situations that's it's already been set in motion so much that it's gonna happen whether you want it to or not, I'm kind of getting that too. And this balance card actually might also be speaking of your own equilibrium. When you feel yourself getting a little bit too emotional, or maybe a little bit too intellectual about the situation, make sure that you're kind of checking that. And even physical balance, you know, make sure that you're eating well and all of that kind of stuff, okay? All right, guys. Hi, number 9s. How can you improve your situation? We have, my beloved. Though we may be physically apart, spiritually we are always united. For love transcends space and time. Nothing is missing. How interesting. That could apply to a romantic situation, and it can also apply to some other major situations too, you know? So keep that in mind. We've got the Hermit, okay? And we're talking about physical distance. You know, somebody might need to kind of take some time for themselves in this situation. I'm getting that it could be you or it could be somebody else in the situation. I mean, if it's you, you'll know, because you'd feel really, really overwhelmed right now. We've got the King of Wands, so this person does want to take action, or you need to take action. And I do want to say this is kind of like a confirmation that you've been working hard on this and you're doing a good job. If anything, you might be working too hard on it. But this is kind of just a confirmation that you're doing a good job already, okay? But yeah, someone needs to take a step back and just kind of take care of themselves for a little while, okay? And then we do have action too. So it's like it's kind of like a conflicting message. But what I imagine is like right before a war. I read historical fiction sometimes, so I'm just imagining the way that it's depicted in the books. I don't know if it's actually like this, but right before a war, usually people will, you know, like maybe the generals will come together and they'll all like just kind of assess the situation and kind of feel out where things are going and everything. And they do that because they know they're going to take action, but it's like they're in their final steps where they're trying to figure out what to do and you know, is there any kind of last minute changes that need to be made, and has anybody come up with another solution, you know, that kind of thing. I feel like that's the Hermit. And then the action is when they actually go into war, okay? And I'm not saying that you guys want to go into war or anything, but it's just the best concrete example I can think of to illustrate why these two cards coming up together can make sense, okay? So that's all you guys need to do. I would say, even if you're not the person that needs to do this, go ahead and reevaluate just something. Just kind of take a and just assess the situation and make sure it's, you know, it's on course and that kind of thing. You know, I feel like it is, but it's just that you guys have been working so hard for this that you might have lost that focus. Okay. As always, thank you guys so much for watching till the end of my video. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I am so excited with how my channel's growing. You guys are making that happen, and that's wonderful. If you would like a private reading, you can visit my website in the link below, or you can send me an email and I'll give you instructions on how to do that. And just thank you guys for being so supportive. I'll see you at our next pick a card reading.